I'd actually like to go back to my mushroom farm and continue working on that. I still have all of these blocks to basically just rip apart. And I think it's still probably going to be beneficial for me to use TNT. To just speed this process up some. Not like I'm going to need this much of TNT, but let's just bring basically the whole stack. No, I'm not going to use it all, but I'll just bring it anyways. Figured it might be beneficial to carry the entire stack that I do have. I'm gonna step back and just let this TNT do its job, basically. Kind of just let it basically blow these holes, so I have less blocks to actually break myself. Quickie World. Who made Quickie World, by the way? I'm trying to remember, like... I think I've heard the name, I just don't remember who made it exactly. If it's a Kaizo Light, then how hard actually is it? Like, is it something I maybe would be, like, feasibly able to do? Is it something I'm willing to be just sitting down and putting some time into? If it is like a Kaizo Light hack, like I'm gonna guess it is. But even then, I don't remember. Honestly, shouldn't be too much longer before I just basically hollowed all this out. Yeah, using the TNT to just basically blow up chunks of this underground here is certainly speeding up the process. Yeah, I heard it was. And I'm assuming it was based off of the Super Mario Brothers one hack of like the same name. I'm assuming that's kind of what inspired it. It's just a guess, though. Wow. Looks like we're starting to basically almost just have it at this point. I think I'll do interior decorating later. I just want to basically get this inside just dug out. Just want to get this dug out so I can grow mushrooms here, basically. That's all I'm really shooting for at the moment. I'll probably worry about decorating it to make it look nice later. Just gonna see if I can remove all the blocks right now that I need to remove. And currently we do basically have like most of them already. Just gone. Yep. Okay. Just trying to figure out what I still have to dig out and what's basically already done for me now. Like, what's good and what's yet to be done is what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, safe to say we're basically almost there already. Yeah, it's basically almost all done at this point. So we'll have to clear out the last of it, I guess, and then we're basically finished. And I'll also have to figure out what to do with all these random blocks that are inevitably just going to end up in my inventory from this. More than what I actually made it through save stateless, yeah, I could figure. Yeah, we're certainly getting close to having just dug all this out at this point. That's what I remember seeing in some of the later stages of it. Not that I actually played them, I just looked at them in Lunar Magic. And let's put this here. Blow this chunk of stone up as well. Yeah, having the TNT certainly sped this process up a bit. What else can I say? Yeah, it's really starting to look empty at this point. It's really starting to look like it's been hollowed out. And it looks like I just got this too. I think we're almost done actually with this. I think this job's almost done basically. It looks like we basically just cleared out everything we needed to at this point. Yeah, that looks about like it's complete at this point. I'll probably just fill up this ceiling while I'm here. Alright, so that looks like it's about right to me. Ceiling looks good. Yeah, we're basically done here. This ideally should work. We should be able to grow mushrooms in here. So to clear out all these random stone blocks I did place, to just pillar up and basically use these as basically platforms to just pretty much mine out the rest of the ceiling. I mean, that's basically was my main way to really get up here, so now I gotta just tear these down. And also this too. We gotta just quickly take down. Alright, it's done. It's been emptied out successfully, it's done. Now there's just a bunch of spare blocks that resulted from all this mining. And there's still more just lying on the ground here that I also like to pick up. I knew this would be inevitable. About 10 more minutes spent just basically finishing off this job here. And there's a lot of cobblestone for later use, which is nice. The rest of this cobblestone can basically go towards like things I do later. For now, let's see if I can grow mushrooms. And there's mushrooms. And I can literally just one-click and grow the mushrooms. Probably also going to make some sort of a walkway along the side here. That way I can actually just kind of get across and just break the mushrooms down much easier. I'm probably going to make a walkway so it's just going all the way around. So it's just a bit easier to really just get around and take down these mushrooms. At least some stone slabs basically to do it with. And if I have any more smooth stone, I'll just... Why is there a skeleton in my house? Not anymore, though. Right now, where were we? Smooth stone. Do I have any left over? Do I need to just start processing some? No, I must have probably used it up. I'll just get some more ready, basically. There's my charged runium from earlier. Now I'm gonna throw some cobblestone in these furnaces. Make some smooth stone out of this. Pretty sure I got all the runium out. Now I need to just find a place to temporarily keep it all. Maybe inside this blue shulker box for now. Until I actually decide to go and start using it. Because for now I still actually want to go do more work on the farm itself that's downstairs. So I'll make some more ladders so I can just kind of climb up and down the walkway that I make. So I'll make ladders for that purpose. And that's probably already more than enough ladders to do what we need to do. I will not be using this TNT, so let's just put that back with the rest of my stuff. Still might need more slabs than what I have, we'll have to see. I think I'm just gonna go down and do some work to begin with, like right now. I think I'll just do some work right now. See how many slabs I can get placed down. Whoops. I know how I want to place these, by the way. Should be a simple enough walkway to get what I need to do with it done. And I've basically already placed almost all of it anyways, and I'm probably not even going to run out of slabs either. Doesn't look like I'll run out. I'm definitely going to have enough to just finish this job here. Yep, that'll definitely be enough. And I think that's good. Let's also put some ladders here. And then we can start cutting down our mushrooms as soon as this is all just ready. I'll probably just light up the corners while we're at it. I think like the mushrooms can still grow despite like some of the light. Because I'm planted on my mycelium, so I think that's probably what's actually letting them grow in the first place. I think I'm just going to use plain old glowstone for this. Put like one piece of glowstone in each of the four corners of the room. Just to light up the corners better. Now I can start kind of cutting down the mushrooms from here. So this is what our mushroom farm is going to sort of look like. This is kind of what I'm planning here. Okay, I can reach over here, it looks like. And I'll just basically replace these with more mushrooms later. And then the process will basically start anew. Then we can basically just do this over and over again until we're satisfied with how many mushrooms we have. Those are some big ones. Yeah, we can basically just do this over and over here. Right, so we have a mushroom farm going. No need to go actually looking for brown mushrooms anymore. We can just basically farm them on our own base. Yep, this farm is going alright. I think I'm probably also going to make a chest just to keep some of this extra, some of the extra mushrooms in. Or I can just use one that's already been crafted a long time ago, perhaps. Just another place to keep the mushrooms in, really. I guess we can maybe put it here or something. Just put our extra mushrooms in here that we won't need to necessarily use now. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with this farm already. Yeah, so this is basically what the farm's gonna look like. This is basically it. I'll basically just harvest these ones later. I don't need to harvest them now. So if I ever start to run short on mushrooms, I can always just come down here and replenish the supply. Thundering outside. I can basically always come down here to refill the supply. I'll put the rest of these stone slabs away for now, since I have nowhere to really use them at the moment. I don't like the thunderstorm, so I'm going to just sleep through it to get rid of it. So I'm just looking to see what my next move should be here. I have my mushroom farm at this point, and I'm perfectly satisfied with it. It's gonna do its job for sure. Sure, the room itself could look nicer, but at least the farm will do its job. It's gonna do exactly what I want it to do. Honestly, couldn't ask for that much more. Now I simply never have to go looking for mushrooms again. I can basically just farm them in my own base. I'm probably actually going to do something with these runium chunks right now. But I kind of feel like actually just training up the runation skill. Just to try and get as close to 72 as possible, which is the level that I'll be able to start making life runes at without having to use a randomizer for it. So I did take notes as to where this rune shrine was. I'm hoping it's actually east and not west 1000 on the x-axis. Because if it turns out I'm actually going to be going the wrong way, that would be really embarrassing. I hate to figure out I'm actually going the wrong way. If I'm going like 1000 blocks out in any given direction. I'd want to be certain I'm going the right way if I'm doing that. I'll take that one night vision potion, I guess. And then I'm basically just ready to go and do the runation. I might just use up like 2 full stacks of the runes I have. Just to see how well that actually serves me. I guess we'll just go to Mysterium and basically make some runes. If I'm not mistaken, according to my notes, I'm supposed to go 1000 blocks east to go and make distortion runes. Hopefully that's actually true and it's not west. So, Rune Shrine, yep. I should basically have everything I need to make the runes at this point. I should be able to just get my ass east and then make the runes, pretty much. Just gonna bring an inventory full of stuff that's actually gonna be good for combat, because I will probably be doing a bit of fighting on the way there, most likely. I can totally expect to get in some fights on the way there. So I'll bring like still decent combat equipment for this. If I can just keep on running east, it's gonna be a quick trip. Unless I fall in water too frequently, it's gonna be a pretty quick trip over. Might be a quick trip or it might not. We'll see. I'll basically just do as much running east as I possibly can. But there's still plenty of holes that kind of just trip me up anyways. Ideally, I'm just going to basically run along the surface of Mysterium as fast as I can to get to X 1000. And then from there, I'll just make my distortion runes. And so far, I seem to be able to just simply run and not have to really stop to fight anything. Yeah, I'm basically just going full speed ahead here right now. So that's a haunted castle I'm passing by, but I didn't come here to stop to fight mobs in a haunted castle. I came here to see how much Runation experience I'd end up with training Runation. Didn't at all come here for the hunter mobs in the haunted castles. I'm gonna come back to that later. I don't feel like doing it now. Passing by like a mushroom spider cave, it looks like. I'm just gonna basically run from that. I don't want to fight those anymore. To give you poison, blindness, I think also maybe nausea too. And no reason for me to really go after them because, well, I got their unique drop already. What structure was this again? Those are hunter mobs I can't fight. I know, like, I need level 90 hunter to kill those, so I might only really considering taking those just to where it is once that time comes to actually hunt them down. So it's still a long ways away before I can actually kill the Fungox. Still a ways away, so I'm not going to bother taking notes on where it is now. I'll do it only later. Passing by what looked like a runic golem arena. I also think I just heard a Pixon, but it's not like I can even hunt it down. I don't have the infusion level to hunt Pixons in Mysterium just yet. Okay, there's our Distortion Rune Shrine. That's perfect. I need to just get down to said shrine. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to block myself off here so these guys just don't attack me while I make runes. I'll be blocking myself off shortly. I'm gonna have many good reasons to just block myself off in here. So I'm gonna start doing that now, basically. Alright then. I basically just given myself 4 walls, now I'd also like a ceiling. Alright, now I've basically just boxed myself in here. Basically now boxed in. So nothing can hit me at all in here. There's no way for anything to get in or out. Unless I just break some more holes in the sides here. Nothing can get in or out. which is perfect for me. So now it's time to start making runes. At least see how much experience this will be. We're gonna make distortion runes. How much experience will we be getting out of this whole procedure? So 50 per rune that's crafted. Just wondering how much runium I might actually need if I want to go straight to 72 from 65. Honestly, I'm probably going to end up with more distortion runes than I even know what to do with, but I'm just going to see how much ruination experience I can get out of this one trip here. Might be able to get a couple levels out of this, maybe. Might get a couple of levels from this if I basically use all the runium chunks. Though I probably want to just save some for life runes anyway, and also other rune types I might need along the road. I'll probably still save some to use on the rune randomizer to try and get some life runes back. Since I basically don't really have a supply of life runes anymore going for me. I think I'm maybe going to use 2 of the stacks of runium chunks to go towards runation training, and like the rest of it's probably going to go back towards the rune randomizer to basically just get me life runes to just last me for a while again. Actually, not that far from 67 runation. This might not take too long at all. Certainly feeling a lot faster now that I've actually already gathered all the stuff. I'm Honestly, I'm probably not going to find a use for all of these distortion runes that I make. $67 runation, and we're still gaining runation experience. Wonder if I'll get to 68 by the time I used up the rest of these blank runes. Still a lot of them to use up, so we'll see. Oh, good evening, Freeland. I'm basically just grinding out the runation skill right now. I've basically just boxed myself in at a rune shrine, so none of the hostile mobs in this dimension can attack me. And now I'm basically just using up my blank runes, turning them into these distortion runes. Just to basically power level the runation skill. If you don't play, like, modded Minecraft regularly, I have a lot to explain. I'm playing a mod that adds in all kinds of new skills, making runes being one of them, which you make the runes to basically cast spells. But in my case, I'm making the runes to level up this skill to 70 so that I have another Ancient Cavern requirement knocked out. And once I hit 72, I can also craft life runes this way as well. Simon's Quest rando sounds interesting. I'll probably feel right at home with those, most likely. I'd certainly have to run a couple just to really get the feel for it, but I'm pretty sure I'd feel right at home with those. I mean, just look how good I became at Zelda 2 randos in a short time. Like, I'm still nowhere near the skill level of guys like Trails, Rose City Saint, and people like also like Yunus and Dig Shake, but I feel like I'm certainly above like the average player of the Z2 random community. I mean, I got pretty far in like all the tournaments I entered. But of course I'd lose to some like incredibly good players. 68 Runation. Yeah, the Runation grind doesn't look like it's going to be painful at all. We already just gained like 3 levels after having used up like about 2 stacks of Runium chunks. And that must have taken about like maybe 30 minutes to actually mine out. I'm gonna guess. And then of course it takes a bit of time to just process all the blank runes, but I think it's obviously like longer to actually basically find the Runium itself. Let's just shove some of these extra runes that I'm probably not going to use in this orange shell here. I could maybe just try and opt to get... I could maybe opt to try and just get as much Runation experience as possible here. Since I still have like the couple of stacks of charged Runium chunks to use up. If I want to just try and get even more experience, I can always do so. I could maybe just use up all of it now and see what my Runation level becomes. I might just maybe try and get this 69 Runation and then just stop there for now. That'll just basically have me see the 3 levels away from 72, which is the level I need to actually make life runes, without having to just get them from a rune randomization station. So in other words, I'll be able to just much more easily obtain mass quantities of life runes once they hit 72 Runation. And this currently is by far the fastest way to just level up to 72. And once I do hit 72, if I want to max out the Runation skill, it's basically going to be make life runes doing this over and over until you hit level 100. I doubt I'm going to stay for like that grind. I'd probably go to something more interesting than this once I can actually make life runes. I just want to get this 69 Runation, then I think I'll leave. Maybe I need to make just a couple more runes and then I can actually claim 69 Runation. Okay, like 12 more of these blank runes and then I can easily get it from there. 69 in Runation. 3 levels away from being able to make life runes, 1 level away from having that requirement knocked out for Ancient Cavern. And then there'd be 1 level requirement left. It would be Augury, which, from what I'm seeing, is like by far the most painful grind to get to 70. Hunter's only really that bad in the early levels. Forging, you're just gonna basically level this up by doing what you would normally do anyways. You're probably gonna go mining anyway, so this is basically just gonna level up by itself. This might be like the second most painful grind. That or maybe infusion. This is like the worst grind though, of the skills I need to get to 70. Come the next version of this mod, like, they're getting rid of augury, so you're not gonna have to get that requirement. But I think I might just stick with this one since I'm so used to it, and yes, that will mean I have to grind out that augury level. Might take dozens of hours for all we know, just get 70 augury. It's probably gonna take at least 10 hours total. And I've probably already spent like most of that time anyways already. So now I'm gonna basically just get ready to leave Mysterium. So I'm likely just gonna death warp out. Hence why I bring this stuff in my red shulker box to basically make death warping easy. Ender chest and then something to kill myself on. This is basically how I death warp. I really didn't need this many shulker boxes at all. I think I might be able to fit the rest of my stuff in this one here. Then again, I didn't have to bring much. I basically just went here to make runes and that was it. Oh, my shield too I'm gonna put away. So I'll basically shove everything I have into an ender chest and then just die. I'm all unequipped at this point. Looks like we basically have everything saved here. Including a multitude of runes that I'm probably not going to maybe bother to really make room for. Then we'll just death warp out of here. Also saves the trouble of having to just run back too. That one was empty. So how much, let me see how much space I might actually have to just put all my distortion runes away. Honestly, it's probably not going to be much space to really put those away. This is where I basically keep all my runes. I'm gonna have to make a second double chest to keep my distortion runes in. That is if I even really want to keep these, but I'll keep them anyways, because you never know when I might actually really find use for these. I mean, the Shire Staff uses these, but even then, I don't think it uses, like, enough to really consider having, like, 2 double chests to keep my distortion runes in. Plus, I'm probably going to be making some more anyways, just to train up the runation skills, so might as well just have, like, the 2 chests at this point. Yeah, I basically have all these extra runes I really don't have use for. Basically just keep them down there. It is a pretty good spot to just basically keep the stash. I guess that'll just hold my runes. Also got some more random blocks, it looks like, that I don't really have plans on what to do with these blocks. Still gotta consider just moving all this stuff down to like a vault not just leaving it all up here. Yeah, so this is what my Minecraft live streams look like most of the time. So all my stuff that was important was just shoved in here. I basically only lost my experience, but I did keep everything else, of course. Everything else was saved. So now what that I've actually done that? What to do next? I could maybe just gather more of these charged runium chunks. Could go back to Deeplands, just do more mining. And then from there, maybe try and get the 58 augury. I might need to maybe make 2 trips for that. Still have all these boss statues, and I could maybe actually try and get some of these out of the way and make them gold. Haven't quite decided exactly what I want to do yet. I'll probably start with just actually repairing the pickaxe for now. Then maybe just try and decide what to do from there. I think I'm just gonna do some more mining in the Deeplands for now. So I can't think of anything else I want to do that not necessarily like that's not boss fighting, so I'll probably just do that, I guess. I'll just do some more mining, probably. There's quite a bit of coal in here, that's nice. Can maybe also use this as like fuel for the furnace as well. Because it will be smelting all the runium chunks eventually, so might as well bring those too. I think I'll just say let's go to Deeplands again and just do some more mining there. This way I can just get myself some more charged runium. Yeah, there are definitely some traps in here. Guess now it's time to start continuing the mining. Time to get back onto that. Since I honestly can't think of anything else to do. And I will be fighting more bosses for sure later down the road, and ideally I'm going to want to have like runes to use my best staffs to help me with those boss fights. Particularly ones I might not have necessarily done yet. So I'm going to come back here to basically look for more runium. And I'm also just going to inevitably end up with drops from the forging skill that will help me train augury. Yep, back up here again just to further restock our supply of runium. And also help ourselves with the augury skill. This is the stuff I'm basically looking for. That's the stuff you basically mine out to make runes with. There's actually two types of runium, and this is the type that basically lets you make any rune. Because there's a type of runium that's also found in the overworld, but you can't make higher leveled runes with it. Only charged runium will do in that regards. Which basically means it forces you to come up here in the deep lands to basically just gather the materials you need to make the higher level runes. Doing pretty good so far in terms of just finding this stuff. I already have like 47 of it, and barely spent any time up here. Oh, okay, that was just an explosion. Took out my rosite ingot, though, that I got from forging, unfortunately. How many of these exploding blocks are you gonna put here? Right, can we now get back to mining? Maybe not. And now I kind of just stopped finding runium, looks like. Still getting plenty of fortune drops at the very least. And sometimes I basically kind of go on a streak of just not finding the stuff. Well, I'm finding deep cases again, it looks like. With armored pieces that I already have dropping from them, it looks like. And copper coins I can't really be asked to really carry. Oh, Spectra, hey there. Still basically mining. Still just trying to get as much runium as possible. Because now I kind of just want to get 72 ruination out of the way. Basically have it done for good. So I need more charged runium from the Deeplands, which is where I'm mining right now. And I just finally found some. Kind of went on some sort of a streak of not finding any. What, from the nippers that I actually have to keep on fighting? Well, they're the ones that are trying to kill me. They're just gonna keep attacking me if I don't attack back. Even though I don't want to fight them in the first place, I'd rather just get my runium and leave. And maybe also just get a bunch of forging drops. Particularly essences with which to train augury. Finding plenty more of this stuff now, which is great. Oh, that looks like a lot of runium right there. And that looks like some lava. Let's cover that up. Let's just block off the lava. Yeah, we just got a lot of runium from there. I'll put some of my copper coins away, I guess. That way I have more inventory space for other forging drops that might come my way. Or just, of course, more runium. More deep cases. Except I keep just getting the armored pieces from them that I already have. I already have, like, plate body and plate legs from these armor cases. 112 foraging. Basically all because, like, the real best way to just get the essence to train augury is from foraging itself. Oh, I got some boots. I'll definitely keep those boots. Did I lower my personal best? No, but I came close to doing it on several occasions, but I still didn't quite get it yet. I've certainly picked up some new strategies that will only just make it more likely I do lower the personal best because I'm getting better and better at actually playing the game. Could maybe go for some more attempts after this if I decide to just really get bored of mining and making runes. Still actually just looking for runium. This stuff to basically train ruination with, and also just by basically doing mining. I'm also coming across more essence, with which I'll use to train augury. Basically just grinding out important skills. Because I just can't think of anything better to do right now but grind out skills I know I'm gonna need eventually. The one that I got stuck in the ceiling? Oh yeah. The run that I basically couldn't unsee for the rest of the stream because it was just like that bad. I'm trying to wonder if he actually just asked me the origin of my username already, Daedalus. But they never asked like how he's doing. There was that one guy who basically always asked how was I doing, and usually I was doing like pretty well for myself. I'll admit this is boring, but it just has to be done. I mean, there's no other really good way to get 70 augury as it stands right now. That plus I might as well also just do what I need to do to also train ruination eventually. Kinda tired because I'm doing one of the more boring things you can do in this mod. Yeah, maybe just actually put this one on hiatus. If I really feel like I just have like nothing else I want to do besides boring stuff, then it might be time to do that. I'm gonna have to just find more and more things that are actually interesting to do. Well, I've nearly mined 1,000 blocks west up here, just looking for runium. And also just picking up whatever essence does come my way. I don't think I need to keep this coal. Who's there? Oh, there's some more runium. To believe we've nearly gone 1,000 blocks out west, just basically mining. I'm pretty sure we've all heard of the recent, basically the recent COPA Act that's coming into effect. Alright, we've basically mined out 1,000 blocks west. And I still don't know how much auger experience I can actually gain from this. Well, at least we hit some more of this. If your videos are non-kid friendly, you pay a fine. And if they are, you get demonetized. So how does this work actually? So how are you supposed to make money? How are you supposed to make a living off of YouTube now? If it is what I think it is, and I'm hearing. I think it might be along the lines of so long as you properly inform them that it's not kid friendly and you just basically let them know, then you probably won't get fined. Like if it's not kid friendly and they don't specify that it's actually not kid friendly, then I think you get fined. I think it's something along the lines of if you make like mature content but you don't specify that it's not for kids. Like if you either just specify it's for kids or you decline to state, then you probably get fined from there. Other than that, it would make sense if you were fined other than that. I thought they were called Yo Mama jokes, but I guess so. Something to do while I'm just mining, basically. That must have been a more recent one if it's mentioning Thanos. Oh, neat. More runium. I've heard some pretty good ones on my day, too. Like, for example, Yo Mama's So Stupid. She got fired from the M&M's factory for throwing out the W's. Oh, there's a gold coin. Haven't seen those yet. Surprisingly, I've not seen those yet. The W's, as in the letter W. Because it basically looks like the M upside down. Yep. So I'm basically looking at all of my stuff I've mined up so far, all the essence I have. I ideally still want to get more. See if I can maybe pull off getting 58 augury this stream. I'm still not necessarily guaranteed to pull it off anyways, 58 augury. Still kind of a ways away from actually getting it. I think I might actually have all the runium that I'm going to need to get the 72 ruination at this point. So I certainly found a lot of it, and there's also still like 3 stacks of runium ores just sitting in my red shulker box. Okay, that's a subterranean helmet right there. Let me pick that up. Now I basically have that full armor set. As a matter of fact, I think we do. And yes, I do know what you're talking about. Oh, more of these nippers. Wow, how am I finding so many of these guys now? Seems like everywhere I dig, I just find a nipper. They basically just slow me down whenever I uncover them, because I have to basically kill them off. Otherwise, they'll just keep on attacking me. Never really bought any Guarana soda. Good one. He thought Iron Man was a dry cleaning service. No, wouldn't she be stupid and not fat in that case? That's what I thought. Finally finding some runium again. Yup, that's a lot of runium right there. Is runium explosive? No. Certain blocks are explosive, though. Certain blocks have traps in them. For example, one of the trap blocks will explode. One spawns those little nippers to try and kill you. Others have lava in them. Those are probably like the 3 traps you can get in deep lands. We're basically at the Y coordinates where you find deep cases and charged runium, but there's also traps in some of the rocks. For example, there's lava in the trap block. Hence why you kind of just want to watch where you're going. That cut down my health a bit. Especially doesn't help when I'm standing right next to the block as it blows up. That just only hits me harder. I'll take the heartstones for the innervation level. That's because I know how to basically just make the lava not flow into me. It flows into this one block gap and it doesn't actually reach me as a result. That so it won't flow into me, it'll just get stuck in this little pit I made for it. Well, I've had my practice in the nether. It's certainly worse there because lava flows faster. Might actually maybe have to repair this armor sooner or later. Especially if we keep just stumbling into big explosions. As boring as this is, I'm still basically just mining anyways, because I'm just basically aiming for 58 augury at this point. Because that'll just be like such a good augury level to hit, because then I'll be able to start using my ancient essence. Specifically this stuff, and I have so much of it actually back in my base that it's just been sitting there because I didn't have the augury level for it, so once I hit 58, I'll just get a boatload of augury experience. Since I'll finally be able to use that stuff up. Hence why I'm hoping I can maybe just end up with it this stream. And if I do enough of this kind of mining, then I might just end up with the 58 augury basically from this. Not to mention we're for sure gonna get like a ton of runium. Definitely we're gonna be set for runium for sure. I don't know how there's so many of these guys right now. These guys are basically everywhere. Still uncovering more of them, it looks like. And there's some more runium after a while. Found some more of it. Sometimes I don't know how I find so many of these guys. Alright, that's a lot of nippers. That's a ton of them. Well, it looks like they're all dead now. I think they're all dead. I think it might be time to just shove some of my essences into this box here, so I have more inventory space to keep other things. That's certainly already better. We're almost done with fighting these guys? It's getting ridiculous. These guys are basically everywhere here. We're almost done with fighting these nippers. This is getting crazy. Yeah, we're gonna have to just get our armor repaired soon. These nippers are kind of just eating it up, basically. They're really ripping through it. Yeah, you're probably right. It probably could be. Alright, back to nipper fighting. Some more where that came from. I'm starting to kind of run out of space to keep stuff in this red shulker box at this point. We probably should heal up before doing any more mining. My health is a little low. How much essence do I even have at this point? Let me see. I don't have a lot of it, but how much experience will I be getting off of all of this anyways? That's all copper coins or runium. None of that's essence. All of this, though, is basically just essence. Well, I'm starting to finally find some of my old tunnels again, it looks like. think we might just call this a wrap at this point. Might be safe to just call this a wrap. I think I've done enough mining at this point. So let's basically just smuggle everything back that we want to keep. Tokens, I don't care for. Coins. Diamonds, I'll take the diamonds anyways. Definitely taking all the runium with us, for sure. One of the main reasons I really came here was for that, so we're definitely taking it with us. Well, I'm still gonna have to use up the essences and see if this even gets me to 58 augury or not. So I'm halfway there from 57, but this still might not be enough, actually. If I really wanted to go kill bosses, I had to just probably make all my runes first, just to be safe. And also repair all my armor, because this armor's in no shape to go fight bosses. Right, everything's... okay, and everything's basically saved. Yep. Alright, so I guess we'll just use up our essence and see if this puts us at 58 augury or not. Well, whatever essence we can use. The rest of this we can use, though. So is this going to put us at 58 augury or not? Still kind of looking like we're going to come up short. Even after all that mining. Looks like we might come up short still. Well, I'm certainly trying to just get this augury. I just really want to get it out of the way. Still might be a while before it actually is out of the way, though. .58 in augury, which is this skill right here. Because once I hit 58, I can use up all my ancient essence which has been sitting here. And that's just going to be like a boatload of experience right there, as soon as I can actually use it. I don't think I'm going to quite have it yet. But we're actually really close at this point. We're close. We're about, like, a little over 1,000 experience away now. Still, like, about 1,000 experience away. Spent, like, about a good hour up there, and we still didn't get 58 augury from that. Hence, this is what I told you about it being, like, the most painful grind. Because it is the most painful grind I'm actually staring down right now. This is, like, the worst grind I'm staring down at the moment, as you can see. I don't even know where to keep the rest of this essence anymore. Maybe this shulker box can kind of just hold it for now. I'll just use up my skill crystals while I'm here. Basically training extraction without actually training it. I'll also take the extra rotating it, so why not? Or I could maybe just actually try and finish up training the skill anyways. But I'll just mine elsewhere. I don't feel like going to another dimension to mine. I might just do whatever in the overworld. Until all is said and done. Okay, I already had a helmet down here, apparently. So that's a complete subterranean armor set right there. I can toss out the rest of these armor pieces, though, because I'm never going to have a use for them. If I can just keep on reusing the same speed armor, then it would make sense just to toss the spare stuff I'm not going to use out. I'm not going to bother keeping duplicates. This is the essence I couldn't use, because I still don't have the augury level required to use it. Now let's throw some more runium in the furnaces and get it all processed. And we're going to need more coal for this, actually. Could maybe just go and grab some, perhaps. Might be a good idea to just go and look for some coal at this point. I think I'm gonna probably want to do that. I don't think I'm gonna be bothering with getting a horse, because I'm willing to bet I probably can't even take it into non-overworld dimensions anyways. Could maybe just get him into the nether, but I probably can't get him into any of these other dimensions here. Because I don't know, like, in this version, how to get mobs to actually cross through those portals. Like, there seems to be no way to do it, so I can imagine the same would be true for horses. Wouldn't be able to really use them in the other dimensions. Mainly because I flattened out and just removed the grass from a large portion of my property. I basically did clear a lot of that stuff out already, actually. I think I'm actually going to do a bit more mining still, because I just want to get 58 augury out of the way, and I'm honestly so close to it at this point. Let's just get her done, actually. Let's just get 58 augury and be done this. Haven't been down in these mines for a while. That plus they do need to restock on redstone, so I guess now's the time to also pick some of this up. Now would be a good time to grab some of this. Well, my speed armor is actually already helping me with just not being too slow. I just find speed armor a lot more convenient, actually. Oh, there's the regular runium. Might as well still pick it up. I mean, I can still make energy runes with that, so I'll still pick it up. That's the other type of runium. The one that can only make, like, lower leveled runes. But it can still make energy, so it's still useful enough. I still will be frequently using energy runes for, like, my 2 healing staves. Might as well grab some lapis while we're here. I'm pretty sure I've never even heard of industrial craft, let alone played it. Ow, lava? Not what I was expecting to see there. Okay, at least it's not on the other side too. Ooh, amethyst. But with real-life magic. Might actually just keep a shovel in the hotbar because of this dirt that's a thing. Just to quickly clue through the dirt. Because that exists. Just got another foraging level. We're now at a level 113 foraging. I guess if I pick up all the redstone I see now, then there's no way I'm gonna have to really restock on redstone for like a long time if I pick it all up now. Same goes for coal. I mean, I'm using up quite a lot of it. And there's diamonds, too. And there's these, I guess. Just want to quickly see how much of this stuff I even have. Still probably not enough to just get straight to 58 augury, so I'm going to probably stay down here a bit longer. What just annoys me is that I just don't know how to answer that question because there's so many good ones to choose from. Not to mention I might also just forget about like some other hack that I really liked because I don't play them as regularly as I used to. Don't mind the clown. Probably not going to go fight him anyways. I mean, I mainly just came down here to basically just grind out the rest of the essences I'll need for 58 in Augury. Because we're really that close at this point. I just want to get this over with. That's going to be a huge milestone, basically, as soon as we hit it. Alright, there's lava everywhere here. Oh boy. Yeah, we're looking at a lot of lava, alright. And I just lost my water bucket. So much lava, I lose my water over it. Not what I was hoping to see. There's basically lava everywhere around here. Makes it kind of hard to really do anything here at this point, if I'm basically surrounded by lava. Yeah, I'm pretty much surrounded at this point by it. Yeah, everywhere I look, it's just more and more lava. So much lava, I can't even escape it. Well, at least I'm getting away from it again. I'll throw some of this coal I mined into this red shulker box quickly. I guess I'll also put my redstone in there as well. I mean, I did grab quite a bit of redstone because, well, I was starting to run out, but now I'm not going to have to worry about running short anymore on redstone. I basically just restocked it at this point. I'm basically good for redstone now as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, more amethyst. Neato. I'm gonna have plenty of ore by the time this trip is over. You know, my Fortune 3 pickaxe is just coming in so quickly. I'll also take the lapis because it's always nice to have. Since being able to enchant stuff is still like an important part of the game, I'm gonna grab that too, of course. It only works on ores. It only works on ores that actually drop, like, not... if the ores drop themselves, and not, like, some sort of material that's, like, within the ores, then fortune doesn't work. Like, for example, like, iron ore just drops itself, doesn't drop iron ingots straight away, or anything of the sort. So, for example, it doesn't work on stuff like iron because it drops the block itself. But for stuff like coal and diamonds, which don't drop the blocks themselves unless you use Silk Touch, it basically works on those. Better yet, same goes for basically doing anything on the overworld at this point. I mean, it was pretty quick to get set up mining down here anyways, so that's kind of why I just went for it. Quick and easy to set up down here. Plus, there's still quite a bit of nice stuff worth finding, even in, like, modern Minecraft playthrough. Coal to use furnaces, that's, like, a big one right there. Lapis lazuli to enchant stuff. Redstone and potions. These are just basic vanilla ores and minerals that they're basically staples in any Minecraft playthrough. But in modern Minecraft, iron and diamond really, well, depends on which mods you're playing, really. Iron doesn't feel like it's much of a staple, and diamond doesn't feel like it's much of a staple either. Likely won't actually be doing anything else tonight. So I spent all this time just simply mining. Trying to just get like 58 augury out of the way. Also just picking up on useful materials. Oh, it's actually... Oh, I get it. I see. It's actually almost winter where I am. Alright, looks like there's lava everywhere again. Oh, I had no idea you didn't like the summer. I thought you said you hated water. Specifically salt water, I take it. I'm gonna have to really do something about this coal I have. Gonna need to find a better means of just basically... I'm gonna have to probably put in another shulker box actually at this rate. Unless I stop picking it up actively. And just decide, hey, I have enough for now. And you did that. Why exactly? Hopefully this will just be enough essence to basically just get 58 augury out of the way. Hopefully this will be enough. I mean, I certainly spent a good chunk of time down here just trying to get to that amount of essence that I might need. Oh, they were already falling out, basically? Let's see if this is actually going to be enough. Perfect, I'm right in front of my house again. Let's use up what we got and see how much experience we get from this. I hope this will be enough. If not, we'll only be even closer. We're now very close, but I still don't know whether or not I made it. I think we're practically there at this point. I think we just got it. $58 augury. It's done. Now I can finally use up all our ancient essence. I think I'm also going to do it right now, too. Yep, we finally hit 58 on Augury, Kuroji. You know what this means? I can finally use up all this essence I've been stockpiling. Almost half of this small chest was full of ancient essence, and now I can finally use it. Jesus Christ, we can now finally use that. I didn't even start smelting this at all. Yeah, look at all this coal we just picked up. Certainly took my time to grab a lot of it. I'll fill up some furnaces with some of it. Alright, that's certainly gonna basically keep these furnaces full for a while. Still have some more stuff to smelt, so I'll just throw it in some of these furnaces right now. Guess I don't have much else to smelt at the moment. I'll put that there and... Okay. That here. And these furnaces are basically all full again. So again, it's gonna be a while before you have to just basically get more coal. Should last us for a while, that coal. Also putting some of this lapis in block form, because we don't need to necessarily just keep it all, like, for now in, like, non-block form. Don't need to keep it in this form, keep most of it in block form since we got so much of it now again. And we also got, like, plenty more diamonds, there's more that came from. So I'll put some more of those in block form too. 63 blocks of diamond. Yep. Might as well just make that 64. It had to happen eventually, considering how rarely I actually use the diamond. It had to happen eventually. 64 blocks of diamond. Not even my craziest achievement in Minecraft history. Not even the craziest thing I did in Minecraft, surprisingly. Well, it's certainly up there. How much redstone do we get? Let's put some of the redstone in block form too. Alright, that looks about good. And again, also for the redstone, we won't have to really go and worry about gathering too much of that either. Found only 24 is still pretty good. Granted, a bunch of the diamonds just basically came directly to me through the foraging skill. So in other words, I was basically just getting diamonds simply by mining whatever because of this mod. So most of the diamonds in this stack of blocks came from that, I can only assure you. I didn't actually get, like, all the diamonds myself. And we have all this recharged runium. It's going to be perfect for making runes, and this should get us easily to 72 ruination if we just go and use all that now. I'd have to think. Probably something maybe related to this mod. That plus there was also just getting every item in the Ether Legacy mod. And it ended up being quite a grind, I must say, but we still managed to do it. 120 experience from using up one ancient essence. And look at all the essence we have to use up that's just been stockpiling. Over the whole series, it's just been piling up. Once you find the jades, you can make the rest of it, basically. So just look at how fast our augury is going to shoot up now that we can use up the ancient essences. Look at how fast this is going to go by. 59. I still have plenty of stacks of ancient essence to use up. So I wonder how many levels this ancient essence alone is going to give us. 60 augury. Luckily, the experience is just pouring in. So maybe we won't even be that far off from 70 now that we actually got to 58. And now we can actually start using up this ancient essence, which is just giving so much experience compared to even luminant essence, which only gave 20 per essence. Ancient essence, I'm getting 120 for each essence. So once you get past like the mid-50s and get to 58 in augury, it just goes by way faster once you can actually start using up the ancient essence. Because you'll likely just have this backlog of essence just sitting there. Just from foraging, but you couldn't actually use it all for all this time. And once you can start using it, you just get a bunch of free levels from it. Like, this is all the essence you couldn't use, and you're now using it all at once. So we've definitely just gained, like, at least 5 augury levels off of all this essence. It's just been stockpiling over a good chunk of the series. Now it's 63 augury. If this puts me at 66, then I could also use the dark essence if I'm not mistaken, am I right? Then I'll be able to use that too, actually. I might actually be much closer to 70 augury than I thought here. Might be, like, much closer to it at this point. 64 augury. 6 more levels and we'll have 70, basically. I think we're probably going to finish with 65 or something, or maybe very close to 65 augury. I think we're gonna have like 65 augury after all this essence has been used up. $65 augury. All the way up from 58 just by using up all this ancient essence. That's just been basically sitting here for a good chunk of the series. And now that we can finally use it up, I could only imagine this just happening as soon as I start using it. Alright then. 65 augury, and not that far from 66. I would then be able to use this stuff up too. Oh, and then also this dark essence as well that's sitting here as well. 65 augury. All the way up from 58. Yeah, as soon as I can start using the ancient essence, I just basically breeze through those, like, other 7 levels there. Well then, we're certainly getting much closer to actually being able to attempt the Ancient Cavern and fighting its bosses. We're really close to 70 Ruination as well. One level off, in fact, from getting 70 in Ruination. We basically almost now have all of the skill requirements for Ancient Cavern at this point. Yeah, including Augury. We're now at level 65 Augury. Alright, that's done smelting, and so is all this. And there's also more charged runium where that came from. And then there's just regular runium chunks I'm probably also going to be finding use for. I'll probably just turn that to bullets. And I know I'll be using bullets in the near future to fight bosses with guns, so let's make some bullets, I guess. So, yeah, we did good. I can't fucking believe that we're gonna get 70 Augury. We're actually probably gonna get it very soon at this rate. Let's just also burn through this Dark Essence as soon as we can. Once we get one more Augury level, we can start using it. Then there's going to be the other Essence types that'll still kind of just be basically sitting there. I still won't be able to use Ethereal and Divine Essences, but I'll very shortly be able to just use everything else. And there's still, like, a little over half of this small chest full of Dark Essence to also use up. And so as soon as I can use all this up, I will use it up. Still a ton of Dark Essence just waiting to be used up here. And that right there could possibly just put me at 70 Augury as soon as I use all of it up. So I guess maybe next time I might just finish off the 70 Augury. And maybe also the 70 Ruination. Yeah, I think we can probably get both those skill requirements next stream, actually.